Alright. So, Bioshock Infinite, any percent. And I disagree with Blood Thunder. It's not a terrible speedrun, it's just a speedrun with some, well, let's call it quirks. But we'll come to that later. Alright. Check, check. Yeah, should hear me. So, starting the timer now.
Are you afraid of God?
No. But I'm afraid of you.
Basically, Bioshock Infinite is a game about elevators and grinding for RNG. But besides that, we have like a lot of cool skips and tricks. Some out of bounds stuff. Actually quite a lot, and yeah. First half of the run is kinda... it's a lot of movement optimization. Not really many tricks though, but afterwards, like after getting to a certain item we need to pick up, it really picks up in speed. And yeah.
One does not undertake an experiment knowing one has failed. Can we get back to the rowing? I suggest you do.
So we used to start the run at a different time, which was because it was just usual, started when the loading finished in the beginning. But someone figured out, I think it was UT Dreads, he figured out that actually starting the run there would give users with worse hardware like an advantage, which is kind of strange because the loading would still take place during the logo itself. And yeah, so we switched there. Oh yeah, I forgot Death Warps. Alright. As we know, like Bioshock Infinite is the third installment in the Bioshock series. And besides like some stuff that is similar, at first it doesn't really seem to have much to do with the first two Bioshock parts, but if you play the DLCs, of which we will see one later, you will see that it has a lot to do, like they are interconnected. Now we have the belts, which I sometimes screw up. How things worked. Like, you can do the belts pretty much as quickly as you want, but you kind of need to move the mouse in between, and if you try to do it as like too quickly, then it sometimes like you just screw up and it wastes a couple of seconds. It's kind of dumb. That's happened before. So we've got like two really large cutscenes. The first one is going to happen in a second after we take a seat on this chair. There's one thing which is really unfortunate about Bioshock Infinite is that it has really inconsistent cutscenes. Sometimes cutscenes just tend to skip forward by, let's say, 10 seconds or so. It has even happened after finishing like the speedrun itself, like for the outro cutscene. And we have no freaking clue why that happens. We've tried everything, like free scrolling, jump or use, which kind of works, for example, in Dishonored for the outsider skip there. But there's doesn't seem to be a consistent way to like achieve that time save. I haven't had it myself. There are a couple of people who have gotten like time save here by 15 seconds. It happens in quite some places in the game. It actually also happened during the infamous race that I had with Farrad, where he got world record and I finished 2 seconds after him. And yeah, so every Bioshock kind of has like a pretty impressive opening scene if you play it casually for the first time. Playing on low graphic settings because there are a couple of like tricks where FPS matters. I will not really try to explain the story in depth because Vera did such a good job at SGDQ with that, and I always tend to confuse things about the story. Like, it is really a confusing storyline itself. So it's about Booker going to Columbia, which is this city in the sky, or I think it's a city, I don't know. And he has to find Anna. That's all you know in the beginning. And in the end it gets very, like, mind-boggling. So we've arrived now at the Welcome Center, where we will get, like, we will drown in a second, which happens like 3 times during the run. This staircase here is kinda rough if you want to do it really quickly. Like, you can cut the corners much sharper than that, but the chance to get stuck there and waste like 1 to 2 seconds is really high. It's not really worth it.
We recommit. Is it someone new? Someone from the Sodom below?
So this is the blind preacher, Preacher Whiting.
And our Lord.
I just need
And he likes us that much that he'll draw on us.
Brother, the only way to Columbia is through rebirth in the sweet waters of baptism. Will you be cleansed, brother? Hey. I baptize you in the name of our prophet, in the name of our founders, and the name of our Lord.
You can see his creepy eyes.
No, brothers and sisters, but this one doesn't look clean to me.
And now we wake up in a strange room that we don't really understand, like, what that has to do with the game, with the story, and everything. And we see this destruction scenario, which we'll see later again. It's like, the Bioshock Infinite is really a well-presented game for casual players. Gameplay-wise, it's okay. It kind of lacks some depth, especially in fights and stuff. But it's definitely a good game. So coming up is the first skip. There is, like, usually you have to wait for a bridge to get up, which takes about 10 to 15 seconds. But there's an invisible wall on the right side, or also I think the left side, which we can jump around. Hopefully it will work. Alright. And as you can see, you're not supposed to be here that early. If you jump too early, then you will get kind of teleported upwards again. It's really strange, but it's just how the game's like respawn system works. If you fall down somewhere, you respawn at the last point you've been on solid ground. This is a lady who can't really control her muscles.
Sorry, pal. You gotta wait like all the rest.
Oh, we've got 2 lucky hats. Like, this hat is I consider to be the lucky hat. and it's a good sign for RNG later. This bridge kind of likes to glitch out, so if you jump there, you kind of avoid getting stuck there. Didn't really work out perfectly there, but yeah.
Yeah, that's where they said I'd find her.
Telegram, Mr. DeWitt. Telegram for you, sir.
DeWitt, stop. Do not alert Comstock to your presence. Stop. Whatever you do, do not pick number 77. Stop.
In a couple of seconds we'll have the second, like, pretty large skip actually. We just call it the raffle skip. It skips the whole sequence of going to the raffle here, throwing the ball at the couple, or not throwing it. And we don't even have to do the fight afterwards. So we just jump up here and jump out of bounds, allowing us to just get to the next area behind the gate without having to do all the unimportant stuff. Normally in this area there would be firemen that we would have to fight, and everything would be kind of like a really apocalyptic scenario here. We can just pass by. We've arrived at Blue Ribbon, kind of a restaurant where we meet the Lutest twins for the first time.
Why are you following us?
You can sometimes get these pop-ups, like you can close them frame perfectly, I think, but it's kind of rare.
Damn hook must be magnetized.
And now we've got here a sequence of sky hooks. You can pass them before the ship has passed by, which saves about 2 seconds, I would say. A bit hard to time though, like if you first try it. Using up fire vigor. This whole first area is mostly about movement optimization, as I said. I'm now shooting the ground to open the door here early, because the soldiers see that you're kinda yeah, shooting inside, and they want to interrupt that, I guess. And timing for that is a bit precise. You need to like find your own timing of shooting inside there. If you don't do it right, then you will waste 1 or 2 seconds. So here is the first infusion. We could pick health, salts, or shield, but infusion and health is like the main infusion we pick is salts, because we need that for a lot of things and fights. Shield would not be a good idea because of self-damaging mechanic we will see in a bit. And health is only useful for doing some more boosts later in game, so we will only pick up 1 infusion that we'll use as health. Coming up is the first like real fight, a mini boss, which we can take out with 2 well-placed fire traps and some shooting. Hopefully, or maybe not. Okay. Sometimes he just likes to not spawn or not go where he's supposed to be. No big deal.
I didn't get to Monument Island from that station.
So in case you're wondering why I'm kind of wiggling my mouse around sometimes when I'm going from Skyhook to Skyhook, it's because the game puts you in a camera lock mode if you hook onto something. But if you just wiggle your mouse while being in mid-air, you avoid that and you can move your view around freely. So this segment here, there's a pretty recently found skip, which I found based on a, like, it's a skip based on a trick that is kind of old already and was found by Link. It's a physics exploit. And I'll just focus for a second and see hopefully that I can get it. You wouldn't need to kill this guy, but it makes things much safer. Alright, so by like jumping on the edge of that crate, you get a speed boost. Like the crate kind of pushes you forward, and that way you get to the barge way quicker than you're supposed to be there. The game is kind of confused. It still has the hitbox of the barge in midair, so you can jump onto that hitbox in midair if you do it correctly, and kind of skip like the whole turn there. It's kind of precise, like the jump onto the crate itself. The part afterwards isn't. It looks really cool, I think. And saves like 20 seconds overall.
Not all debts can be repaid, Booker.
You don't know me, pal.
Interesting thing is that this Zeppelin is staying down there most of the time if you get that skip. I don't really know why, probably because you're not really triggering Comstock's dialogue. And here you can get an early opening of this barricade. It's not really sure what causes it, but it usually works for me if I stand on the left side and run against the wall. Which probably saves a couple more seconds, 1 or 2. Because you usually get the slowdown here, and that fire trap is not really well placed. Killed that guy, I shouldn't do that. It's okay. Sometimes these soldiers in here don't spawn, like, I've found a way to make it more likely to happen if the fire trap was placed right, but it seems kind of random.
Amen.
Pick up some loot here. We'll jump out here. Do some fancy more jumps on these on the skyline here, which don't always save time depending on how you do them. For example, this was a bit sloppy. Now we're coming to the segment that every speedrunner of this game hates, except for the one which comes afterwards. It's called Monument Island, or Monument Tower here. And it's basically cutscene tower. There's cutscene after cutscene after cutscene. And yeah. Not really much to do except running around, waiting, running around. We'll pick up an infusion here. And this desk. Also salts. So in my stream there's a thing going on. When I run this game, I let people vote between Apple or no Apple, because it's clearly the most important decision of the run. Don't let anyone tell you that it's bird or cage. And if you want, you can vote now as well.
That's her.
We find, well, Elizabeth, who's our partner in crime. Like, she's the one we are looking for, who's also named Anna. But yeah, by the way, if you want to vote right, vote no apple. These apples are bad. Oops. Some doors here are strange, like this one. They don't open regularly. I feel like crouching under the doors, the normal doors, makes you go through them faster, but I might be wrong. Also depends on how you do it, like you can lose time, I think, if you do it incorrectly.
Holy shit. Alright, I can do this.
And now we're meeting Elizabeth in person for the first time. It's a pretty cool scene if you play through the game normally.
Hey! Knock it off! Stop it! Will you stop it? Not here to hurt you.
Who are you?
My name is DeWitt.
Right, so...
I'm a friend.
Oh,
I come to get you out of
Get
here.
away!
we've got Apple by about 64%.
He's coming. You've gotta go.
Why?
You don't want to be here when he gets here. Just a minute, I'm getting dressed.
Get you out of here.
There's no way out. Trust me, I've looked. Stop it, you're too impatient. That's enough.
What about this?
What about it?
So you can see the apple lying on that table to the left.
What are you? Give it to me.
And since we have voted, I'll eat it. But I won't talk about it anymore.
It's a way out.
So in this upcoming segment here, there are a couple of rumblings, like earthquake-like
This way.
door shakes. If you jump at the right time, you can keep a bit of momentum.
Here.
We'll see about that.
Timing for that is not that easy if you first learn the speedrun,
Who are you? Why did you come
since
here?
the ones later differ a bit in the rhythm. You can also get a really weird slowdown glitch here if you touch Elizabeth while jumping, I think. It wastes like 10 to 15 seconds.
Hurry!
Call the elevator!
What?
Press the button!
What is all this? They were watching me? All this time? Why? Why did they put me in here? What am I?
You're clearly a brick in the
You're the
wall.
girl who's getting out of this tower.
She also likes to do some pantomime. This bit here is a bit strange, like if you don't aim right here, you can easily get stuck there and waste like 2 seconds or so.
We have to keep staring.
Also, the game kind of likes to vary your running speed in certain situations, so you need to pay a bit attention to that and move your mouse accordingly. And now we're getting close to the part where, like, the big really RNG decider of the run is coming up. And it's about an item called Hill Runner's Head. You must know that this game has so-called gears, which are kind of perks, items that you can find. They spawn mostly randomly. And the problem is we need a certain item called Hill Runner's Head, which allows us to do one skip in the game that is not possible otherwise, but saves about 3 minutes or so, because you can skip a whole area by getting behind a door and activating a trigger. And the problem is that chance for that gear appearing is estimated to be like 1.5 to 3% per gearbox that you check. So since the world record, the current world record, got I think second box or something, it's like you cannot farm for very long. It's very convenient though that in the area we're going to farm, there are 2 boxes right at the, like, in the same area and same place. And there's also a checkpoint, which is really convenient, so we can reload that checkpoint. It's not that much of a big deal. Also, I think we just got a glitch, I'm not sure. Doesn't waste any time though. I'm totally picking Cage. So yeah, this gear is the cause of a whole lot of resets in this speedrun. It's not that bad if you're, for example, going for a time of sub 2 hours or so. You can still grind for 5 to 10 minutes per run and then reset, which makes the chance for hill run set appearing like a lot larger. But if you need to get it like first or second box you check, or reload, let's say, chances maybe 5% or so.
It's music.
Go on, I just...
Okay, I won't be long. I won't be long, Mr. DeWitt.
Now we have arrived at Battleship Bay, kind of the beach area here in the skies.
You see a young girl, blue skirt? No? Airship. That could be a ticket out. Hey, miss.
And coming up is a really important choice, Bird or Cage.
Hey, Miss Elizabeth.
It's not as important as Apple or no Apple though.
Well, come dance with me, Mr.
I don't dance. Come on, let's go.
Why? What could be better than this?
It's kind of interesting, if you jump or press the jump key during cutscenes in which you can move the mouse freely at a time, the game kind of buffers your jump and does it right at the end of the cutscene. The whole game is really strange when it comes to some cutscene behavior, trigger stuff, animations and so on. It's really weirdly programmed. Alright, so Bird or Cage?
Comstock. I've read about him. Say he can see the future.
Give a man a little power. He falls in all kinds of love with himself.
I don't like his look. Mr. DeWitt, here. Come look at these.
Or the cage.
Or perhaps the bird.
Nothing beats
Since
the cage.
Bird or Cage is boring, we just jump over this and let Elizabeth stay there up until this run is finished. Actually, that's a lie, because that would be glorious. Elizabeth is like the worst NPC ever.
What are you doing?
You're a roguish type. What does it look like?
Look at her hands.
What did you learn?
And coming up is the grind. For marathon reasons, I will only like grind for about 2 minutes or so.
Surprised what I know how to do.
You won't have to get bored.
There's a vending device over there. There might be something to bring you back to health.
I have a backup save. So we just reload here, check both boxes and reload again, and so on.
I found these silver eagles.
We jump here. Oh my god, dude.
Something to bring you back.
That's like the first marathon that got Hirana's head, I think. For marathon run. Holy crap. So we keep this coin to do a certain skip here, which I will probably fail. Oh, I didn't. Okay. It makes her spawn behind you and that way triggers the cutscene immediately.
My name is Elizabeth. Do I know you?
Elizabeth. Isn't that a lovely name?
And we've got this freaking skip. It didn't save a lot of time, but that's pretty amazing. I've never gotten that in a... I think I've gotten that in a really terrible run, but... And I've gotten it pretty late now, but still it worked.
2 tickets for passage to the First Lady
It
airship.
saves... If you get it instantly, it probably saves like 5 seconds or so. I just maybe saved like 2.
Want to proceed?
In a bit of a rush, pal.
Hey, mister. You're gonna get muscle all over your nice suit.
I got it. I'll ring you back once the matter's in hand.
I don't like this.
Stay where you are.
What are you doing?
So we've got another fight here. throw a trap here. Kill these guys.
Let me out! I want out!
Elizabeth!
Stay away from me!
And we'll see the first boost of the game, like, which is the reason why we get hill run set. We get damaged, like if our shield breaks, we get a speed boost, you can see now. Which gives us, I think, 50% movement speed increasement.
Just stay where you are!
Get away from
Hey,
me!
come back here!
And lasts for 5 seconds, I'm not sure. Thank you, Proto. I will not forget to do that.
You killed those people!
Elizabeth,
You're a monster!
what did you think was gonna happen?
What?
Do you understand the expense that people went through to keep you locked up in that tower? You think people like that are just gonna let you walk
Because
away?
we
Your
skipped
investment.
the bird
You will
cage
not be
thing,
safe until you are far.
the game is kind of confused and puts these,
From me.
I don't know.
I don't know how you call them, bracelet things, I don't know, around her hands.
You don't get
I think later in the game it decides or like randomly puts, I think, cage around her neck.
Come here. What happened back there? It's not the last of it, is it?
I don't know.
There. I suppose I best get used to it. I've read a thing or two about medicine. I'll do my best to keep it alive.
There's a pretty new skip here found by Ice Stoic. If you go here and then go towards this lock, Elizabeth will have a different dialogue,
If I could find some genuine
and
logic,
that way you can open this gate like 3 to 5 seconds earlier, depending on like how well you can run around her.
Shock jockey. Who needs the power company?
Some fool's alternative to it.
Here at Soldier's Field, you usually have, or we had to endure a 1 minute long elevator scene,
Looks like it's heading for the dock.
which is not necessary anymore, thanks to, I think it was Henyk who found
Call me Book.
the skip. You can climb up a wall, because this game's collision system is really stupid.
Someone gave it to me, I promise. I ain't never smoked one before.
Do you know why you were hired to come and get me?
I imagine they were interested.
This trick is FPS dependent, also it doesn't work on consoles, because consoles are like locked to, I think, 30 FPS or something. You need to kind of pay attention where you run here.
Guess I got a bit behind with current events.
Interesting fire trap. It's not that great. Okay, rip. I have no idea why that happened. It's no problem. I think I know why that happened. I didn't run correctly there.
I'm a independent contractor. Used to work for the.
It wastes about a minute if you fail that one time.
Racing a resident.
Pinkertons. Aren't they the ones they call in to settle things when the workers start to strike?
Settle. Oh, that's a word for it.
Alright, got it now. Shouldn't have happened. Whatever. So this fight we have a strategy. Makes it as quick as possible.
Son of a bitch!
I don't have enough salts.
some ammunition lying around.
Pick up some stuff here for Hall of Heroes, which is the area coming afterwards. Now we switch our machine gun for a rocket launcher, which is the first weapon we can use to damage ourselves now. And here you see those self-induced speed boosts.
Slate. Still got enough.
So here in Hall of Heroes we've got 2 death warps coming up. First we need to spawn Elizabeth here, hopefully. Times likes to waste time. Place fire traps here for soldiers that we would otherwise encounter on our way back.
Corporal DeWitt proved his worth on the field that day.
Slate? Is that you?
You've always been different, haven't you, Booker? You crave no glory.
Look, I see you're...
We need to wait now, this whole sequence is timed. We don't want to pick up health though, because of the like suicide skip. RPG ammo is good.
There's going to be trouble.
Going to be a lot of soldiers behind this wall, but we can kill them with hopefully one shot. And this fire trap. Oh, 2 shots. Sometimes the game tries to sneakily put a health kit in one of these crates or enemies. It has happened to me that a run died to that. Now we like jump behind this gate and set the respawn point behind it. The game kinda has no collision while you are dying, so that way you can pass through certain objects. And the shots I'm doing now is a setup for the next skip that is coming up here soon. It works the same way, but we need Hill Run set for that. As you can see, collect Shock Jockey from Slate. We triggered that respawn point on the other side there. And it doesn't work without Hill Runner's Head. I placed that fire trap there to kill the soldiers on the way back. It doesn't really save time. Well, maybe 1 second or so, because you don't have to slow down to kill those soldiers. I guess it depends on how you set that fire trap. Oh, I run here to trigger, or to make Slate appear, because usually it would come from this side of the door. And Slate only spawns once you pass there. And yeah, this way we skip the whole big Slate fight with the Patriots and the other enemies and so on. And we got Shock Jockey. If it was possible to get Shock Jockey somewhere else, we could skip this whole Hall of Heroes segment, and it would even be faster even without Hill Runner's Head. So if someone wants to find possibility to do that, he would probably make a lot of runners happy. Now we're running back. Though reason why I went to the soldiers earlier was to avoid a soft lock that can happen here. Like you couldn't pass through the gate.
Thanks.
You've seen what Comstock has done to my history. Now see how he's rewritten his own.
Oops, now reload. The upcoming sequence is fully timed. You cannot go into the sky line until the game wants you to. That's why we can take a bit of time here to loot stuff. Get some health for some boosts later. Now we jump down here.
Do it.
And now we can get on here.
Vengeance is mine, saith the prophet.
I don't think I understand how you do what you do. These tears.
I always thought of them as doors. I could go wherever I wanted.
And if we could get Shock Jockey somewhere else, we could just like get it. There might be a possibility. I think there is Shock Jockey somewhere in these buildings which we can't access. And I think Stoic Scroll was trying to find a possibility, but hasn't succeeded yet. It would be really amazing if that worked somehow. Grab some loot stuff in here, because we have time anyway now, waiting for the enemies to appear. There would be a gearbox that we could check, but in average it wastes time, and yeah. So, for the first part of this fight, we need to kill these guys on the barges. Reload, please. Where's the soldier? Where's the other one? Oh, there. Sometimes the game takes a bit of time here to actually trigger the second part of the fight. It's kind of weird how it works. So for the second part, we just wait here, lure these enemies towards us. It's pretty convenient. This way they will just come towards us. I know that guy usually doesn't come here. It's 2 times 5 soldiers coming down here. So you want to count that, because it can really waste a lot of time if you miss one soldier. I don't know why they... Excuse me? Oh, that was Liz, I think. I was getting confused.
Booker, catch!
Perfect timing.
One guy's still up there. I can finish him off in a bit, though. It's really convenient how they all want to get to your place. Alright, so I'll get up there because there was still one guy up there, I think. Oh, he got dropped down. Right. Still have plenty of time, because now we need to get up here and fire or kill the Patriot that will spawn on this barge, on this gondola. Takes a while though. If you're a bit unlucky, he can also be behind the left wall, but that usually doesn't happen. Now we want to damage ourselves a bit for an upcoming death warp again. You could jump on this much earlier. Right, I don't know, right now or something, but it's really risky. It has ruined quite some runs by trying to go too fast.
Elizabeth, a little help?
Let me see.
And if you turn right there, Elizabeth will spawn on the barge, or in the gondola, and activate the, or pick the lock much quicker. Don't want to pick up health here.
I don't want to talk about
Hope
that.
I'm
Sorry, I
health-wise fine. I should be.
Where are you from?
You have to wait for a certain point here. Like, there's an audio cue in the dialogue when you can kill yourselves, because then the respawn point has been set up to the platform which we are going to.
I gambled, and now I owe money to men you don't want to be in debt to. I come here to pay it back. Me busting you out. What do you think that was? Charity?
Who sent you?
Somebody who was willing to take my marker in exchange for you.
Alright, it worked. That's good. Because if you don't get this, it wastes time. If you, like, don't get it at first. But if you don't get it at all, it wastes a whole more time in the next segment. Oops.
So, looks like they call you the false shepherd.
And you the lamb.
Let's not call each other that.
Suits me.
How do you figure this
Either they've got
Getting
a
some more
prophet on their
boosts.
side,
out?
And this
or
infusion.
them that hired me also wrote the sign. You alright?
I want to see Paris. I want to see everything.
It's up to you now. There's no one.
Wait, what is that?
And we've got the... I'm not sure if it's the longest cutscene or the second longest, but one of the two longest cutscenes of the game. Basically, it's a bathroom break usually,
I
or
owed money.
getting a drink break.
And there's a fellow who... He offered to wipe away my debt in exchange for you. Come on. Everything's gonna be okay. Will you just turn around and talk to me and we can...
So go grab some food, do whatever you needed to do. But as you can see, after getting Hill Runner's Head, the game has really picked up in speed. There are a lot of skips and so on. And with two new whole sequence breaks or skips, two additional elevator rides have been cut out of the run. Because those elevator rides have been a really annoying part of running Bioshock Infinite. And because of Real Link and Stoic Scroll doing really great work at finding glitches, we are now able to save a lot of time and not have to ride down elevators, up. Oh. Down, I think, yeah, down. There would be another elevator where something might be possible if it was able, if the elevator wasn't going up, but down. But yeah.
Only question is, which side you on? Comstock is the god of the white man, the rich man, the pitiless man. But if you believe in common folk, then join the Fox. If you believe in the righteous folk, then join the Fox.
My ship.
The Fox shall give her to you. But first, you must help the Fox. Down in Finkton, there's a gunsmith who can supply weapons to our cause.
So we're getting thrown out of this Zeppelin now. Landing in Finkton Docks, where there's another pretty cool skip that only saves 10 seconds, but yeah, I think it's really a nice one, which I hopefully we will get.
The most common complaint I hear from the working man is that they are unhappy with their lot. Why torment yourself, I ask? The ox cannot become a lion. What else wants all those responsibilities and worry? You do your job, you go to sleep.
Alright, you can jump around this door. Usually there would be a cutscene. But by jumping around there, you don't have to watch that cutscene, and it's about 10 seconds faster if you get it first try.
Elizabeth!
You can do it without like setting it up first, but it's much tougher and unsafe. Also, I timed using like no HH boost for the jump itself, but using an additional boost later, and pretty much all equally as fast. But the version without HH is much risky, like much riskier. Oops. Alright. I know where that guy is. So it's pretty crucial to pick up the volley gun here, to not let the volley gun fall off, which sometimes can happen if you're unlucky. But using that strat, it's not very likely.
Stop already! Elizabeth, wait!
Oops. And now we're meeting the first handyman, which is kind of the equivalent to the Big Daddies. Just not as cool, obviously, but... For the upcoming area, there was like, there were 3 different methods of doing a skip there that saves probably like 13 or 12 minutes or something. You would need to go to certain other part of the city, kind of the slums, and do some other stuff. But it's skippable by just going out of bounds again. And that was like a really tedious and stupid method where you would just abuse Elizabeth's head and jump on her. And then there was another skip called Tony Hawk's Pro Skater skip, where you would like use HRH to kind of ride up a half pipe. But now we can just do something different, which you will hopefully see in a bit. Oops, I don't have ammo, no problem.
She's good for an airship. I don't care if she's the Queen of Holland.
Okay. Elizabeth, please. Where's she even? Oh, that's all just still alive, dang it. Sometimes Elizabeth is really picky on how to pick locks and stuff. Now she's not even coming here. Great AI. Hope that's no soft lock.
Got a lock, needs picking.
Yours.
This game likes to throw soft locks at you that you have not seen before. And now I'm setting things up for another death warp. Like, actually, there's one death warp here. This is slow. But this way, by killing ourselves here, we skip having to wait for the elevator to arrive. We respawn up here. Need to be careful here to not die, which can easily happen. And now, hopefully, we'll get the skip.
And get ourselves.
We just jump around the corner using the hill runner's head boost and get out of bounds here. This is much easier than the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater method. Also much faster. Or not much faster, but a bit faster. Much faster than the oldest method though. So yeah, Elizabeth cost me a lot of time there, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. It's a pretty good run so far, except for missing that one soldier's field skip, plus now Elizabeth AI being stupid. Also, you can see that the game's triggers are sometimes really weird, like, oh, the fight is over for a couple of seconds already and she's still in her hiding mode. Now we see the factory where a lot of the devices and things we see here in Colombia are built. The factory is also why we call the skip here the factory skip.
They're just right for each other, aren't they?
Who?
Fitzroy and Comstock. Lin? Mr. Lin?
Interestingly, the game also takes away your ability to jump, or like also you, I think you can't run in here.
I had a role in this catastrophe. If you want to pretend that we're purely innocents in this, then that's your prerogative, but...
Hello? Think?
So coming up is another pretty big fight, which lately has been improved quite a bit by using another strategy to kill the appearing handyman much quicker. And also grabbing an additional health kit there, which is much safer. There was a chance to die during that fight, if you were not paying attention or just getting really terrible luck. So we're firing a rocket now at these guys, which can spawn in 2 locations. If they spawn like this, you just shoot a rocket, otherwise they spawn in the left corner of the room. The game kinda forgets to teleport them in their positions. One rocket, either way, takes care of them. That's not what you should do, Elizabeth. You suck. Grabbing that machine gun there, that chain gun, I mean. Placing some fire traps up here. For soldiers that will jump down here in a bit. And getting on this barge. I just fall down. No big deal. Hope everyone's killed though. Sometimes soldiers... Oh, okay, that guy is there. So now we're placing some fire traps there, hoping that nobody will run on them, step on them, I mean. Can happen. It's unfortunate, but yeah, can't really do much. Kills the handyman much quicker. Like his health is already down by quite a bit now. This wasn't perfectly executed, but still acceptable. There's one soldier left. Yep. Sometimes happens. Alright. There is also the possibility of a soft lock here. Which is really unfortunate. Sometimes a soldier can spawn inside this cabin, and there's pretty much nothing you can do if he spawns directly in there. If he spawns a bit further to the back, you can kill him via the side. So now we have some time to pick up items.
Movement, Daisy?
Grabbing some stuff for the upcoming area. It's a bit of RNG here, what you get. So sometimes if you're lucky, you don't have to buy ammo. And that was Daisy Fitzroy.
Elizabeth.
I guess it runs in the family.
Elizabeth. Whoa, whoa, hey, easy. Perfect. What are you doing in there?
Don't worry, we've still got some cool glitches coming up later. You might see something interesting.
This is all I had.
Listen,
How do you do it?
how do I do what?
Forget.
Yeah, blasted. I have like a gear called Hill Runner's Head, which is kind of the key item of this speedrun. It gives you a speed boost every time your shield breaks.
So the moment of truth between us. New York or Paris? No, 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 no!
Shit. Come on, we gotta find a way to make this thing go faster.
There's gotta be some sort of throttle or accelerator.
Do you know what that looks like?
I don't know.
Help me find it! Elizabeth!
This game has some really weird animation issues, and the cutscenes are also pretty strange. You have just seen. Just doesn't always make sense how it shows things. So now we are meeting the Lutece twins again. We're kind of one of the main figures
There it is.
that play a key role with the story.
He's coming back.
The notes were correct.
The instrument was not.
One needs both to get his attention.
But if you know how to sing to him,
He will take you where you need to go.
Who are you?
we are where we are needed.
And needed where we are.
So Comstock uses these songs. Are there others we can use? Something to keep the bird off our back?
Perhaps you should ask the maestro himself.
So where is he?
Obviously they disappeared.
Of course. Well, at least...
In this area there would be a fight, but we can skip that again by jumping around the trigger. It's a bit finicky though, you have to be careful. Wastes really a lot of time if you don't get this. Now we do some boosts to the door here to request the lockpicking. But since waiting for her dialogue to finish is too tedious, we just run up here. The game gets confused and opens the door for
When I
us.
was younger, I used to...
I'm grabbing some ammo because you can get really unlucky in the next area. Like this wastes maybe 5 seconds, but not doing this has cost me quite a few world record attempts. It's really unfortunate if that happens. Placing some fire traps there for a Patriot who will appear.
I saw something.
Also now I obviously got good luck there with the ammo.
It was New
That's
York.
how it goes.
Larger than any New York I ever saw. Just burned.
prophets imagine.
And we can request Elizabeth to pick the lock.
run. I just realized who those two are. They, well, at least she, invented the technology that allows the city to float.
Giant balloons.
Quantum particles, suspended in space-time at a fixed height.
So, not giant balloons?
But the thing is, my book said they disappeared several years ago.
I told you they'd come.
No, you didn't.
Right. I was going to tell you they'd come.
But you didn't.
But I don't.
You sure that's right?
Something tells me they're not exactly what they appear.
There's the apple.
I was going to have told you they'd come.
No,
The subjunctive?
that's not the subjunctive.
I don't think the syntax has been invented yet.
It would have had to have been.
Sniper rifle, which we will not
They seem
use.
to want to help.
They seem to be out of their minds.
Odd, isn't it?
What's odd?
The fact that we sometimes...
Finish each other's sentences?
Exactly.
It would be odder if we didn't.
How do you suppose they manage that?
I'll get back to you after I figure out the floating city.
And now, during this next segment, we need to damage ourselves a bit more for another death warp. My health is pretty low, so I need to kind of pay a bit attention to that.
Seed of the prophet.
Gonna buy some charge here and Devil's Kiss boost, which gives us more damage. And charge is also used later for some time saves. And we jump behind this gate. Now it gets a bit, like, you need to really pay attention here. You can easily soft lock. If you don't go behind this wall quickly enough, game is kind of still in combat mode.
There you go. These lock pass through. We won't be able to return.
Oops. You don't want to do too many boosts there. In theory, you could do a boost in here, but you want to have a bit health for the next area to do more boost there. It's all about health and yeah, shield management and stuff.
If you put a person in a cage, they develop an interest in such things.
I suppose so.
And I won't be locked up again.
So we're meeting Songbird now again, who's kind of the main antagonist of the first. Well, if I'm not sure if you would call Comstock an antagonist or Songbird, but he's like, you fear him, especially Elizabeth. Later, there's kind of a twist. I died to like be able to get behind the gate, because if you're dying you have a weird collision mode where you can fly through some entities, and that way we can set a respawn point. Or in this case it was to end the combat, like temporarily, so we could make Elizabeth pick the lock. Usually you have to wait for a fight to be over in order to be able to request a lockpick.
It won't come to that. Alright.
Nice animations. And we're coming up to another part with a really big skip. Not sure who found it originally, but it skips probably like 10 minutes of gameplay, where you would have to go to the graveyard, fight the ghost lady, and stuff like that. Also for this fight skip here, there's a near method which is safer and faster. Kinda use iron sights there, instead of doing an HRH jump. And now we're doing boost through this part of Emporia, running straight to Comstock Gate. not picking up any loot here because there's a chance for a health kit to be in there. Which would be tragic and a big time waste. So normally, as I said, you would need to do a lot of things here before you would need to find some tears and so on. We can just do some spawn manipulation, which hopefully will work. Sometimes it works a bit strange. Like the game has 2 respawn points, one for falling down and one for dying. We walk here to not activate another respawn point, and we land behind the door. It's kind of hard to explain how this works, and I'm not even sure if I fully understand it. But yeah, you need to manipulate the way the game works with those respawn points.
Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt.
Yeah, you skip all the Lady Comstock quest line, all of the quest line there. This game is pretty damn broken. It still has a lot of cutscene and so on, but some really cool skips, tricks, and glitches. It's just a shame that there is hill run ahead in the run, or like no method of skipping hill run ahead, or yeah, getting it like 100% consistently. I'm pretty sure, like, while still this game has a lot of people that have attempted to do runs, not many people keep at it because it can be really frustrating and a huge grind to get better times. Which should not like hinder anyone from trying the speedrun out. There is a good tutorial by Ferret, which you can find on his YouTube channel, Fearful Ferret. Oops. Hello? Okay, whatever. We're just falling down here, I guess, then. Fun fact on this bridge, speed boosts don't do anything. Like, this is fully timed. So, we do a few boosts here, and then we die, which, like, gives us our, yeah, shield and health and everything back. So we can do more boosts later. Oh. And here we skip another big part of the game by just charging up here, which is why we get charged. And we just blast through the rest of Comstock House. Okay, that... I lost the speed there. It's unfortunate. And here's a really scary jump scare. If you played for the first time, like pretty much the only jump scare. This one really got me. Pretty recent skip here is in this elevator, which, like, the original idea was found by Malus Moth, who was just learning the game. He thought like suiciding could give us more boosts for later, refill health and so on, and I just thought to kill ourselves a bit earlier, so we can get here and don't need to walk out of the elevator there. This way, you need to wait a bit, because otherwise if you would go here triggering the dialogue, or if you went here too early, you would not trigger the dialogue and it would be a soft lock again.
Died, will die.
But yeah, you save like 5 seconds by killing yourself in the elevator there, plus you get the whole health refill and everything.
You don't even listen to me anymore. All I can do is watch. That's what I set into motion. Slides into its terminal stage. It took all I had left in me just to bring
This is
you here.
Elizabeth in old.
Elizabeth, I don't understand. I heard you screaming. I was coming to get you. Are we...
Here. Take my hand. The seed of the prophet shall sit the throne and drown in flame the mountains of man. Say what you will about Comstock. He was a hell of a fortune teller. It wasn't the torture that broke me. It wasn't the indoctrination.
Oh, this is, by the way, the
Time rots everything.
apocalypse scene from the beginning of the game.
Even hope.
I was coming.
Songbird. He always stops you.
Yes, but I would find a way.
Kind of foreshadowing.
No. It's too late for me. I brought you here for your sake. Yours and hers. Here.
What is this?
It's
So in this next segment we need to activate 2 levers to free Elizabeth, and there's quite some
become me.
things you need to pay attention to here. First we do some boosts
1912.
through this area.
Before she... Elizabeth! Comstock! What are you doing to her? Let her be!
Use... Oof. Okay, that shouldn't happen. Sometimes the soldiers can get in your way. But yeah, ideally you want to get through there quickly, do some boosts up here, activate the first lever. There's gonna be one enemy here. You can do a boost here as well. If an enemy is there in a convenient position, you can get towards him. And now, which is like really great, that we cannot die after like 1 or 2 seconds after this lever has been activated. And there's going to be rumblings again, so you want to jump to kind of get some momentum. It's much harder here than in the beginning, in Monument Tower. But there's one thing that can happen. If you jump on the wrong frame here on the last rumbling sequence, then you can fall through the floor. Has never happened to me, but I've seen happen to someone, and it's really bad, obviously.
Okay, I'm gonna fix this. You ready?
Just do it.
Here.
Help me with this.
I think someone meant for you to have this.
What is it?
Just read it.
A dream of New York.
You need to tie her corset like 5 times. Why so ever?
It's me. I'm the one who...
She's given us a way to get past Songbird. We're gonna find an airship and we'll leave
Booker.
Paris, Elizabeth. Remember, you wanted to go
We're
to...
not leaving. We are going to find Comstock.
Why?
You saw what he turns me into. I will not allow that.
And so what, you're going to kill him?
This is where you start moralizing, Booker. You forget. I know you.
I'm not going to let you kill him.
And yeah, usually if you didn't kill yourself earlier in Comstock House, you couldn't do that many boosts here in this area. So overall, the skip by me and Mollusk Moth probably saves like, I don't know. That's not the best idea. Killing yourselves there, even though it's time-wise pretty much equal to just getting up here. I timed that once and it's pretty much the same.
Come on, give me something challenging.
So in this case it was no big deal dying there. This game has a really weird health system.
This doesn't make any sense.
Like sometimes you just cannot see or notice if you can do an additional boost or not, and
Cage. Did she say
it really works in ways I don't fully understand. But after some time you just get a feeling, so that usually doesn't happen. Problem here though is we cannot do this dialogue skip. Normally we want to die here as quickly as possible to skip the whole Comstock dialogue that's going to appear.
We're doing this together or I'm doing it alone. Either way, I need to
happen.
know what's been done.
Still saves time if you get it late, but
How thrilling to launch. How breathtaking the ape.
oh, normally you would have to wait until Comstock has finished his speech there. Now there's another fight here. We throw a fire trap approximately there, kill this guy.
Look around you, Elizabeth. I built all of this for you. You are my air and my blood. And what has DeWitt?
Hopefully, well, actually we're not lucky now, I think. Soldiers should spawn there. But if we lure them here, we can avoid the possible, not soft lock, but like a time loss. Normally this barge can spawn really late if you don't pay attention to how you kill those enemies. So Elizabeth wanted to throw me something there, but like if she wants to do that, you can jump and still activate triggers. Also, I talked about cutscene skips in the beginning, or weird cutscene glitches. For example, during this dialogue, for Ice Stoic, who's a relatively new run into this game, it just happened that her dialogue skipped forward by like 10 seconds, from one sentence to another. It's really strange.
Are you afraid of God?
No. I'm afraid of you.
Coming up is the Hand of the Prophet fight, the big one, with a lot of barges. And there are some things that can go wrong. For example, if you get bad RNG from Liz. If she doesn't throw you ammo for your volley gun. You want volley gun ammo mainly. First barge can be done quickly with one shot of a rocket. I get down to your ship again. And we take out some mosquitoes here. Two. Oops. Where's the other one?
Another gunship on the left.
The spawns on these barges are a bit random, so you need to kind of pay attention to how the enemies are standing, so you hit them all with one bucking bronco in this case, for example. First time I played this, I was trying to shoot these guys, but they are just fighting each other, the Vox Populi and the regular soldiers from Colombia. Ammo seems fine so far, so I'm not worried about that.
Look out! More of them!
Where's the last one? Some more mosquitoes, this time 3 plus an additional barge. Okay, great aim. And that was the Hand of the Prophet fight. You can lose quite a lot of time here in this segment. Now we're approaching the hand of the Prophet itself, which is kind of Comstock's big Zeppelin thing.
All over the surface of the flagship.
Open it!
Those motorized Patriot pods.
And using charge, we can like save a bit more time here by charging towards these turrets. And ideally, you would want to have low health here and kill yourself as quickly as possible. Because that way, kill myself, please. Thank you. You can skip some of Comstock's speech again.
That job falls to you.
Pretty cool charges here. Hopefully I'll get it. You can charge up here and activate this button. In theory, it would be possible to skip this whole waiting sequence here, because we're going to have to wait for about 1.5 minutes or so. And there's like nothing we can do, but there has been found a way to get up to the second deck before it has spawned. But the problem is we cannot get up to the third deck and activate the skyline, the upper skyline yet. So in theory here would be a big skip if someone found a way to make that possible. There are quite some smaller and bigger skips that are close but not yet fully reachable. So if someone wants to look for that, feel free to experiment. I will buy some ammo for the final fight. Sometimes Elizabeth throws you some here. Most of the time she doesn't, and if you don't have much ammo for the volley gun in the last fight, and can lose a lot of time easily. There's also another method of doing the final fight using the hand cannon. I think Ferret does it, and probably one or two other people. It's like a different strategy. It also uses possession for one guy. They are both, I would say, equally as fast.
Booker, the lines are clear.
I may be the one who strikes you down, DeWitt, but you've always had a knack for self-destruction. To say you won't beat me to the punch.
I'm going with you.
And now we're setting up another pretty cool glitch. Getting through here, damaging ourselves a bit. Not too much. And instead of going through the door here, we will get inside the Zeppelin, like the reverse way. And you will see for what that is good, hopefully, if I get it. Okay, that should hopefully work. Alright, we got it. You kill yourselves while opening the door at the same time. You can see that it worked by these stripes, speed stripes from Hillrunner's head. And this way you kind of get into a strange collision mode.
This is my tower.
Which you can see right now. It's a pretty cool thing to do here. It's really weird, you cannot run through a lot of objects, but through some doors, for example, which is mainly why we do this. Because there is a certain door at the end where you would have to wait for dialogue to finish, and by getting into this mode we can just clip, or just no-clip through the door, and it saves us probably 20 to 30 seconds.
I'm ending this.
Booker, no. This is between me.
If you fail it though, it wastes a lot of time. It is really awful to fail this trick. Like, if you kill yourself, like, if you don't kill yourself in the right moment, but just open the door, then you waste like 40 seconds.
What am I?
Can be really terrible.
Look at you, child. You're a mess.
Let go of her.
Elizabeth?
Also, Comstock has his wound already because we clipped or we got inside the Zeppelin from out of bounds. The game is confused again.
And drown in flame the mountains of man. But the Archangel revealed something else. Beware, Prophet. Beware the false shepherd, Booker DeWitt. For he shall be as a wall between her and destiny.
Once talking about softlocks earlier, it has happened that I got softlocked in this room, like the entrance room, with the door closed and I couldn't get to Comstock and Elizabeth. This game really likes to throw every kind of possible softlock idea at you. When running this regularly, I like got a softlock, a different softlock every second day. Some of them you can prevent, others are really strange, happening by random spawns and stuff. The whole trigger system seems not to be really solidly programmed.
Nothing is finished. You locked her up for her whole life. You cut off her finger and you put it on me.
Booker, stop it!
Alright, now after Comstock is dead, we would normally have to wait for Elizabeth to finish talking, but we can just get up here, get to the door, and go through the door.
I just assumed you were born with it. I don't know.
And we're almost at the final fight.
Tell us. Cage.
They said they knew what was best for us. They said they knew what was coming next. Did you see this coming, old man?
Okay, we gotta get ready.
This coming.
I think they mean to board us.
You ain't gonna place your daughter on the
This final fight is pretty difficult if you don't know what to do, and even if you know what to do, it takes a bit of practice. Because if you screw something up, it has consequences for the rest of the run because of the ability to control Songbird now, which you will see in a second. And Songbird has a certain cooldown period, and if you miss like one of the Songbird activations or triggering a certain wave too early or something, then you'll like postpone other waves and it can waste a lot of time. There are a couple of different strategies, as I said before. Hopefully nothing too bad will happen. Some weird things can occur during this fight. My method is like going to the barge and using Songbird. Ferd uses possession on this guy. It's all possible. Now we got here. Throw a fire trap. There might be some soldiers that have survived. We'll take care of them in a second. Right. One soldier there. There. No. Fire trap wasn't perfectly placed. I'm now missing salt, which is not that great. That's no big deal. Actually, the bigger problem is that I don't have ammo for the volley gun. You really want to have volley gun ammo here. Actually, he's throwing ammo, but it's the rocket launcher. So yeah, as I said, not getting good RNG here can really slow things down. There's another, no, actually there's no soldier up here. Should pick another weapon. That was really slow. Having no volley ammo here is really bad.
Zeppelin!
Now you want to use Songbird for this Zeppelin. In the upper right you can see the timer. We now have to take care of some Patriots. Now she throws ammo. Thank you, Liz. We can kill one Patriot and the soldiers. For the second one, you want to wait until both Zeppelins have disappeared. Also, oh, why is this guy here now? Because otherwise the second wave of Patriots will spawn.
Appreciate it, but a cold wind is blowing.
Yeah. There's this ship we have to take care of. Oh my god. Ammo, please.
I don't like the looks of this.
And what a lot of people probably don't know when they first play through this game is that you can get onto this Zeppelin or onto the Zeppelins and just kill the Zeppelins by destroying the engines. It's really convenient. Also a good way to like time everything together, with Songbird being usable in a second again. Grab some ammo here and use Songbird on the other Zeppelin, which will finish them off at pretty much the same time. So we can conveniently finish this wave. We can kill one Patriot again.
Great.
Hope I didn't miss a soldier. I should probably get a health kit. We wait. There's one soldier. Now we wait for Zeppelin's gone, so we can kill this one, and hopefully that's it. Hopefully. It can happen that there are two rocket guys that drop down here. It's no big deal. But it wastes some time. And now we can join Elizabeth at the bow. Unfortunately, Elizabeth can be really stubborn and stay in combat mode if the statue hasn't fully risen up here. It takes ages to get here even. That's pretty unfortunate. Usually she's much faster. But it's just Liz. As I said, worst NPC ever.
What is it?
Look, you can use the Songbird to bring the whole damn thing down. Destroy the siphon.
And that's what you want.
It's the only way we'll find the truth. About my finger, Comstock, everything.
Tear it down.
And that's pretty much the main gameplay part of the run. Now we have like 12-minute long epilogue, which is again just about minor movement optimizations and hopefully getting a cutscene, random cutscene skip that saves 10 seconds. Newer games are often more broken, maybe because it's like they are pretty complex and there are so many things that can go wrong programming wise, and you can't really think of everything as a programmer, and it's really hard to think of all the possible ideas that glitch hunters have to find things to break the game. Also, RIP in a second. Spoilers.
It's alright. I'm here. Just let go. There you go. There you go.
Elizabeth, I'm sorry. What is this place?
I kinda remember this place. I don't know if you've seen this before.
One of many. This way.
What do you mean it's a doorway? Where are you going?
Oh, come on. Yes, it's this way.
What Comstock said about your finger. Is there an answer here? Do you...
Down here. This is where we have to go.
Why? What is going on? Elizabeth, what do you mean this is a doorway? Probably gonna regret this.
As I said, in case you haven't played this, kind of spoiled yourself the whole run, the whole game. No big deal. But Bioshock Infinite is heavily connected to the first two games, which you would see if you played through the DLCs. We will see the first DLC, Bury at C1, in a bit. It's pretty short and quite cool speedrun with quite some out of bounds and tricks and stuff. Yeah, it's a really great game story-wise. First playthrough is pretty amazing.
Look at that.
Oh, it's the lighthouse. Another lighthouse.
Opening all at once. My God, they're beautiful.
The stars.
The second DLC really does the full circle connection to Bioshock 1.
Come on, it's this way.
Yeah. Interestingly, I always somehow save an additional second or so on this part, which is like really not complex at all. It would be really amazing if someone found a way to skip all this lighthouse and blurb stuff.
I thought once we were here.
But you also have to pay attention. You can soft lock in this part of the game.
What is that?
It's a key.
Where did it come from?
It's always been there. I just couldn't.
There's a particularly strange like thing that can happen if you stand in a tear that will appear later. You kind of get stuck in that tear.
Stars. They're doors.
Doors to
everywhere. All that's left is the choosing.
What are all these lighthouses? Why are we? Who are?
There are a million worlds. All different.
Also, it's really convenient to be able to walk through Elizabeth, since we're still in that no-clip mode from the cabins, the Prophet's cabin skip from earlier. Probably shaves off a couple more seconds here. Can really get in your way sometimes.
Sometimes something's different, yet the same.
Constants and variables.
Yes. Look.
It's us.
Not exactly.
Basically, interesting way of floating this. Never seen or never looked for that before. I don't know if that regularly happens.
Happen all the same.
Why?
Because it does. Because it has. Because it will.
There's so many choices.
They all lead us to the same place. Where it started.
No one tells me where to go.
Booker. You've already been.
So this epilogue is mostly about opening doors, getting to another lighthouse, opening more doors, getting drowned once, twice.
Wait a minute.
Well, actually, we're not getting drowned here, but almost.
Here. It's been 20 years ago, right after Wounded Knee. I was looking for.
Come on now, time's a-wasted.
Why were you here?
I like this guy.
Are you ready to have your past erased? Are you ready to have your sins cleansed? Are you ready to be born again?
If you don't have this no-clip mode, you can kind of play Pebble on the water and try to jump from that hill on top of the heads of the people.
Are you ready to be
I think my record is like 3 or 4.
Do you hate your sins?
I do.
Do you hate your wickedness?
Yes.
Do you want to clean the slate, leave behind all you were before, and be born again in the blood of the Lamb? Jesus, wash this man clean. Father, make him born again. Lord,
stop it.
What are you doing to it? Get off me! Get off! Son!
You didn't go through with
So I'm pretty damn happy how this run went, especially mid-game. It was really, really nice. Obviously, getting Hill in his head almost first try in a marathon is a really great thing.
Comstock's dead.
No.
That one death there in Soldier's Field was pretty unnecessary. Well, it happened. Going to be like probably a 148-30 or something.
This is
with
the man
no
who hired me to
loads.
find you.
Really?
Yes, the girl for the debt.
So like 2 minutes something behind my record.
What is this? There's no baby.
Also here in this room during that incidental race with Farrad, it happened that the dialogue skipped forward, and that way we were only 2 seconds apart. It was really crazy. Like after picking up the baby here, the dialogue completely went crazy. Also Liz likes to stand behind this thing suddenly. I could talk to this guy early, like before Elizabeth finished talking.
Behind one of them, I see him.
Comstock. What choice do I have?
The debt's paid. Mr. Comstock washes you of all your sins.
Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt.
There was no baby. The deal was I go to Columbia to get you.
Booker, they're bleeding.
Oh. I remember. What I remember.
Now we've upset him.
I don't expect this next bit will do much for his mood.
Come on.
What are we doing here? Comstock's dead. We can just go on with our lives. You don't need
Dead? You mean like Chen Lin? Like Lady Comstock? No. He is alive and a
Also you can't run
million
quickly now
ways.
anymore.
It's not over because the Prophet is dead. It will only be over when he never even lived in the first place.
Hey. Hey, the deal's off, you hear me?
Unstable.
The deal is off! Give her back! Give her back!
Fine, are you mad?
Give her back, you son of a bitch!
It's ready! Go!
No! No, no,
Shut
no!
down the machine!
No!
Shut it
Anna!
down! Shut down the
Anna!
machine! Now do it!
Give me back my daughter! No! Anna? No. No. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well, yeah, with like some better play in late game, plus if I didn't get the Soldier's Field skip, theoretically this could have been a new PB,
Till one day.
aka record. But yeah, I'm still really happy with how this turned out.
Our redemption. A chance for us to be.
So this tear is the one I meant where you can softlock. If you stand like too far on the edge or so, you can get stuck there.
Anna.
You suppose he branded himself as some sort of penance?
Should have.
Don't see the point. What's done is done. What's done will be done. I suppose the brand is his hair shirt, as he is ours.
Wipe away the dead. Here's the girl.
And we're nearing time.
See? He's starting to put his story together.
Like the last bit before we trigger the final the final trigger. The last lighthouse door.
Booker, wake up.
And before we drown for the 3rd time.
Wake up. This is where it started.
I sold
Brain.
Sold you.
To your credit, you did try to weasel out of the deal.
This is all Comstock's fault. What if I went back? Killed him before he did any of this?
So after this we're going to have a pretty short but cool run. Very at C1, the first DLC for this game.
Go back to when he was born.
In case you want to see some more dialogue, some more out of bounds, stay tuned. Also we can, for example, walk through Elizabeth here now. As I said before, it's kind of convenient, it saves probably a couple of seconds. time. 148.37, no loads. That's pretty okay, I'd say.
It's the only way to